Due to the recent snowstorm in the tri-state area, host Geno will do his picks via satellite. Faggot.
Thanks, Joe, for handling this from the studio while I stay home. But, 3 inches of something white terrifies me. I bet you make your girlfriend say that to you so you feel good about yourself. All right, so let's get right to it. 4 picks right down the list. My first pick, opening game, the Seahawks are getting 10.5 from the Saints in Seattle. Look, I know you had to suffer through that game Sunday night like any NFL fan. That's how the season went out. And I know that we've realized the NFC West is terrible. But that aside, let's not forget, Quest Field, Seattle, they've hosted playoff games before. And that 12th man can get really loud. And don't forget another thing. The Saints, after they win this game, and they will, know that they're going to face a team with nearly twice as many wins as the Seahawks, and they got them in a lot tougher division, facing a lot tougher schedule. So, do I think the Seahawks win this game? No. But do you think the Saints are going to feel good going into this stadium, knowing they've never won a road playoff game, and knowing that they don't blow anybody out? Look, going into the stadium is like going into any hostile environment, like a prison. You're so worried about getting out alive that a lot of times you forget to cover your back door. Did the Saints win this game? Yes. Does Seattle cover in the end? Yes. Take the Seahawks and the 10.5. My next pick, the Colts are giving 2.5 to the Jets in Indy. Just 2.5? So basically it's a pick 'em, except it's in Indy? What am I not getting? The Jets, are these the same Jets that basically lost 3 of their last 4 games against teams not named Buffalo who were rolling over for a better draft pick, right? And they're still playing the Indianapolis Colts, the team that went 4 for 4 in their last 4 must-win games, the team that still has Peyton Manning. So what's the big deal? Oh, wait, I get it. Because the Jets are tailored to play in the postseason, and their defense is so good. Really? Because I'll tell you something. Their defense would have a huge advantage in New York, but this is an indoor stadium, artificial turf, and the Colts defense is built to play for this. Not to mention, let's face it, the defense, the difference between them isn't that much, but the defense between the Jets and Colts offense is huge. Sanchez stinks, and yes, they got LT, but it's a long season, and LT is tired from carrying this team, and his legs are spent, so there's no holes for Sean Green. That's why he's always getting tackled. And Sanchez isn't stretching the field for him, so he's always getting tackled. So let's face it, the Jets offense is in a lot of trouble. And I'll tell you something, come Sunday, maybe LT and Sean Green shouldn't wear LT and Sean Green on their jerseys. Maybe their jerseys should say Rex and Michelle Ryan, because one of them's legs are exhausted from carrying so much weight all season, and the other one's legs are just always up in the air. People, it's going to be a long day for the Jets offense and a great day for Peyton and the Colts. Take the Colts and lay the 2.5. My next pick, Sunday morning. Hey, you ready? The Ravens are giving 3 to the Chiefs in Kansas City. Look, people, I said it last week, and I was wrong. I said the Chiefs would win this game because they needed to, but they didn't because they're a fraud. And I don't care whether you think they tried to beat the Raiders or they just laid back. Either way, they didn't. And that tells me 2 things. One, either Haley tried to beat the Raiders and he couldn't, meaning that team's got a lot of problems. Or even worse, he just went out there and went through the motions against the Raiders because he knows his Chiefs aren't that good, and they need all the practice they can get. People, the Ravens are used to winning on the road. They have an NFL record 6 road playoff wins since 2000. And say hello, Mr. Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, leading the league in INTs against Matt Castle, who we all know stinks, to number 7. The win number 7. I'll tell you why. Because the Chiefs aren't that good. Haley's lost faith in them whether you realize it or not. And right now, Haley should probably coach KC or Detroit, because both cities are ones that people have lost a lot of faith in. And the only reason they're still around is because of other people's poor decisions that bailed them out. People, the Chiefs are not long for the postseason. Take the Ravens, lay the 3. Which brings me to the last pick, Game 4. The Philadelphia Eagles are giving 2.5 to the Green Bay Packers in Philadelphia. We all remember week 1. Ironic because Clay Matthews' hit is what knocked out Kevin Kolb and set up Michael Vick for what now everyone is calling an MVP season. And yes, the Packers are on fire, but if you follow these picks, one, thank you. Two, I'm sorry because I think I took Green Bay so many weeks and we're like 50-50 on them. And all their wins are blowouts and all their losses are close losses at the end because of poor decision making. I'm telling you, that's how they lost to Washington. That's how they lost to the Bears that Monday night. But what amazes me is you've got to realize the Eagles are coming off a bye week. They had rest. They rested last week. Vic is rested, Asante Samuel's rested, and Deshaun Jackson is rested, which everyone knows. But why is everyone forgetting that the Eagles also have LaShawn McCoy and a great running game, which is the very difference between them and the Packers, because the Packers had the 5th overall passing offense, but the 25th overall rushing defense. Yet, for some bizarre reason, I don't understand, they made the playoffs because people just refused to stop the running game. People, I haven't seen something so lopsided and hard to understand since New Year's Eve when I was watching Dick Clark. Oh, let me let you get to your bookies and start writing the letters, people. But those are Geno's pick. Take the Eagles and lay the 2.5.